at some point every evening, your cat disappears. One moment, the house is ordinary. A chair, a window, a bowl of water catching the last light. Then, in the space of a few minutes, the rooms feel different. The hallway grows still, the kitchen goes quiet, and the cat you thought you understood has moved into a part of the house you almost never see. Most people assume a cat at the window is only watching birds, cars, or insects. But dusk changes the work of the window, reflections deepen, sounds sharpen. The glass becomes a border between the home you know and the outside world your cat is still reading. To you, it is a window. To the cat, it is a listening post. Before night settles, many cats return to the same last patch of warmth. They do not do it randomly. Cats map heat with extraordinary precision. The rug near the door, the corner of the couch, the wooden floor where daylight held for a few extra minutes, these become small territories of comfort that vanish every evening. When the house becomes quiet, the patrol begins, not dramatic, not urgent, just a repeated route through familiar rooms, down the hallway, around the chair. Past the bedroom door, cats are territorial animals, and indoor cats turn a home into a map of scent, sound memory, and ownership. Every night, they check that map again. There is usually one door your cat returns to more than the others. A closed bedroom door, a pantry door, the front door where outside air leaks under the frame. Cats notice these thresholds because thresholds change the world. Air moves there, smells gather there, sounds arrive there first. Even a water bowl becomes different at night. The surface catches movement you miss. A passing headlight, a shadow under a chair, the vibration of footsteps from another room. Your cat may look at the bowl and seem frozen, but it is processing tiny changes in a quiet world that still feels active to them. Sometimes a cat stops near an empty chair and waits. It can look strange, even unsettling, but cats build routines around people. If someone usually sits there, eats there, speaks there, the chair carries information, scent, habit, timing. The cat is not imagining a ghost, it may be reading a pattern that is no longer happening. Cats do not experience the floor as a flat surface. They feel texture, vibration, warmth, and the faint movement of air. A board that creaks, a rug that holds scent, a tile that cools faster than the others, these become part of the nighttime map. The house is not still, it is speaking softly through surfaces. Your cat does not need a clock to know the rhythm of the house, the refrigerator hum, the heating pipe, the distant elevator, the neighbor returning late. The house makes scheduled sounds and cats learn them. What feels like random midnight staring may be a response to a sound that arrives at the same time every night. By the time the lights go out, your cat has not entered emptiness. It has entered territory. Every chair, rug, window, doorway, and dark corner belongs to a map your cat understands in a way you do not. You sleep inside the house. Your cat patrols the version of it that remains awake. A cat often hears the night before it sees it. Their ears rotate independently, catching small sounds from different directions. A pipe tap, a moth wing, a mouse in the wall, a car door outside. When your cat suddenly looks toward nothing, it may not be looking at all. It may be listening with its whole body. Whiskers are not decoration. They are measuring tools. In darkness, they help a cat read the width of a gap, the movement of air, the closeness of furniture. When your cat slips under a chair or pauses beside a wall, the whiskers are touching the invisible edges of the room before the body arrives. Cat's sense of smell turns the house into layers. The shoes by the door carry the outside, the grocery bag carries a street. Your hand carries the day you spent away. At night, when human noise drops, scent becomes easier to follow. Your cat may be walking through a story written in smell. The tail is often the first thing to tell you the cat has noticed something, a slow curl, a sudden twitch, a still body with only the tail moving. These are not random decorations of mood, they are tiny adjustments in attention, balance, uncertainty, and decision. The slow blink has become famous because it feels like affection, and often it is, but it is also a signal of lowered threat. A cat that closes its eyes near you is making a decision. It is choosing vulnerability for a fraction of a second. That is not small. For a predator animal, trust is always physical. A purr in the middle of the night can mean comfort, but it can also mean self-regulation. Cats purr when relaxed, but sometimes also when stressed, recovering, or seeking closeness. The sound is not a single message, it is a vibration the body uses when feeling becomes physical. When a cat turns its back and stays near you, it is not always ignoring you. In many cases, it is showing confidence. It does not need to keep you in front of its eyes. It trusts the space enough to face outward. Sometimes the highest compliment from a cat is not attention. It is calm absence of fear. A paw reaching under a closed door can look playful, but it is also investigation. The paw tests air, space, movement, and response. It asks whether the boundary is real. Cats are experts at thresholds because so much of their world is divided by human doors they did not choose. A cat freezing in place is not confusion. It is a full-body calculation. Movement stops so information can arrive. Ears gather sound. Eyes fix on movement. Muscles prepare. In that pause, the cat is doing something humans rarely do anymore, listening before acting. When a cat sleeps close to you, it may be choosing warmth, safety, routine, or affection. Usually, it is all of them at once. Your breathing becomes part of the room's rhythm. Your stillness becomes reliable. To the cat, sleep beside you is not just rest, it is placement inside a trusted pattern. Many cats walk the same route every night, from bed to hallway, hallway to kitchen, kitchen to window, window to chair. Repetition is not boredom, it is security. A repeated path confirms that the world is still arranged correctly. The house is checked by walking it. The kitchen at night is never only about food, it carries the strongest smells, the coolest floors, the quietest corners, the tiny sounds of appliances. A cat standing in the kitchen at 3 a.m. may be listening to the hidden machinery of the home. Some cats visit bathrooms at night because tile holds coolness and sound behaves differently there. A dripping faucet can become an event. A closed shower curtain can become a question. To a cat, the bathroom is not a boring human room. It is a chamber of echoes, water, and scent. Window watching is one of the great rituals of indoor cats. At night, the window becomes a theater of small movements. Insects, headlights, leaves, distant animals, the neighbor's porch light. Your cat is not simply staring, it is attending. A cat staring at a wall can make humans nervous. But walls are not silent. Pipes move, wood expands, insects travel. Small animals sometimes pass where you cannot see. Your cat may not be looking at emptiness. It may be looking exactly where the house made a sound. Stairs change a cat's body. They require balance, rhythm, and decision. Many cats pause halfway up or down, listening from the middle of vertical space. From there, sound rises and falls differently. The staircase becomes a lookout point inside the house. Under the table, the world is low, shadowed, and full of legs. Cats often choose these spaces because they offer cover without isolation. They can observe without being exposed. The underside of your table may be one of the safest little forests in the home. A closet is an indoor cave. It holds your scent, fabric, warmth, darkness, and privacy. When a cat pushes into a closet, it may be looking for more than a hiding place. It may be seeking a space where the world feels smaller, softer, and easier to control. After the patrol, many cats return to the bed as if nothing happened, but the route has been completed. The house has been checked. The window has been watched. The sounds have been sorted. And now, beside the sleeping human, the cat can disappear again into rest. By morning, your cat may be exactly where you expect it to be, on the chair, at the window, beside the bed. But that position is only the final frame. The night before, it was full of movement, listening, testing, returning, and watching. You woke to stillness. Your cat lived through the hidden hours. Cats do not see total darkness, but they need far less light than humans. Their eyes gather and reflect what little light exists. A hallway that feels black to you may still have edges, movement, and shape to them. Night does not erase the room, it changes its contrast. Smell changes with temperature, airflow, and silence. When the house cools, scents settle. Your cat can follow these quiet layers: food, fabric, shoes, people, plants, dust. The same living room may smell different after midnight than it did at noon. Even a well-fed indoor cat carries hunting sequences in the body. Watch, stalk, pause, pounce. A toy mouse under the couch may activate the same ancient pattern as prey moving through grass. The night gives that pattern room to wake up. A moth near a lamp can become the center of a cat's universe. The tiny, unpredictable movement pulls the eyes, ears, shoulders, and paws into one line. Humans see a bug, the cat sees a complete event. Cats hear higher frequencies than humans. That means parts of the night are simply not available to you. A squeak in the wall, an insect, a distant small animal outside. These may arrive to your cat as clearly as a knock on the door. Rubbing against furniture is not just affection or habit, it places scent markers into the environment. When your cat brushes the same doorway each night, it is quietly maintaining the borders of its known world. Not every nighttime behavior is mysterious in a good way. Repeated pacing, sudden hiding, or restless vocalizing can sometimes signal stress, pain, age-related confusion, or environmental change. The secret life of cats is beautiful, but it is also something to observe carefully. Older cats sometimes change after dark. They may call out, wander, or seem uncertain in familiar rooms. It can be easy to treat this as personality, but sometimes the night reveals changes in vision, hearing, memory, or comfort. Love means noticing the change without making it dramatic. Cats often choose high places because height gives information. From a shelf, a windowsill, or the back of a couch, they can read the room without being inside its traffic. Height is not arrogance, it is strategy. A box, basket, blanket fold, or laundry pile can become a cave. Enclosed spaces help cats regulate safety and warmth. When your cat disappears into a box, it is not just being cute, it is choosing a room inside the room. It can feel strange to wake and find your cat watching you. But from a cat's perspective, sleep is vulnerability. Your cat may be checking movement, breath, warmth, or routine. It is not always eerie. Sometimes it is simply attention directed at the most important animal in the house. Cats often choose certain people for reasons that look mysterious from outside. Voice, movement, smell, patience, predictability. A cat may trust the person who asks the least, moves the slowest, and gives the clearest signals. Trust is not claimed, it is accumulated. Some cats wait by the door before you arrive. They may recognize the sound of your car, your steps, the time, the rhythm of the building. What feels like magic is often memory working with extraordinary precision. Many people believe their cats come closer when they are sad. Science is careful with claims like that, but behaviorally, cats do respond to voice, posture, stillness, and routine changes. Your sadness changes the room. Your cat may notice before anyone else does. Some cats sleep near doors, hallways, or beside the bed as if guarding. They may not be protecting you in the heroic way humans imagine, but they are positioning themselves near meaningful roots. They rest where information passes. The morning meow is not always hunger. It can be schedule, greeting, habit, territory, or a request to restart the shared world. When your cat wakes you, it may be less about food than about restoring the pattern that makes the house feel right. You, cat, sitting alone in an empty room can seem inexplicable, but that room may hold cooler air, stronger scent, safer corners, or a view you never considered. Cats do not choose spaces by human meaning. They choose them by information. Some cats vocalize more after dark because the house answers differently. A meow echoes in a hallway. A human responds from bed. A door opens. A routine begins. Over time, the cat learns which sounds change the world. Living with a cat is a quiet agreement made of repeated small moments. You open doors. They wait at windows. You learn their sounds. They learn your footsteps. Neither side fully understands the other, but the pattern becomes real anyway. The next time your house goes quiet at night, remember that it is not empty. Your cat is moving through a version of it built from scent, sound, heat, memory, and trust. You may never see the whole map, but every night is there walking softly beside your life.